Hi everyone, my name's Kathy. Welcome to Skint Living UK. If you're new here, you're more than welcome, and if you're a regular viewer, thank you for keep coming back. I'm a 58-year-old mum if you're new here, and I live in Liverpool on the northwest coast of England. And I have a frugality channel, and today I want to talk about 20 ways to add some retro style to your home. At the moment, I'm renovating and decorating my home here, there, and everywhere so we can get the house up for sale before Christmas. My young son still lives with me. He's 23. He's saving up for a place of his own. So when I downsize, he's going to be looking for his own place soon after. And we're both planning on moving to Scotland, where my oldest son currently lives with his girlfriend, who's also Scottish. So I've been thinking about him, my youngest, setting up home and ways he can save some money, because obviously setting up home is not an easy or a cheap thing to do. He's a typical 23-year-old, no money, no clue, and will be looking for stuff at an affordable price. He's obviously got his bedroom furniture because he's always had his own room. He tends to like new stuff rather than older stuff. My older son's like me, he likes an eclectic mix. So when we move, I'm planning on going on for vintage and antique finds for him and see if we can fill up his home with some useful but stylish items at an affordable price. Because vintage and antique things tend to be better designed, because modern stuff is very samey, very bland, poorly made at a high price. And I think sometimes vintage stuff is really affordable and it will last and probably outlast us all. Look at 1960s, 70s stuff like Jeep Land Schreiber. Beautiful solid teak items, and they're just so well built. I've got 1930s, 40s, 50s items in my bedroom, and they'll probably outlast me. I don't doubt it. So I think you can pick up bargains if you're willing to go hunting, because they don't fall into your lap. You can't go like IKEA, where you can just go around and pick up a particular item. You've got to go hunting. So here's the 20 things I'm thinking of, and I'm sure you can add some more to it. Number 1, I recommend to my son a Belfast sink, because they're big, they're deep, they're solid, and I will never go back to a stainless steel sink. We did have one when we first moved in here, and we were like, it was so shallow because we had a Belfast sink in our last house. So he said he definitely wants a Belfast sink. If you can hear noises in the background, it's my son, my dog, asleep on the bed. I don't know if you can see her. So she's having a proper little snore because she's in comfort land. So on a similar vein, number 2, a big deep bath. I like a roll top bath. It doesn't have to be a cast iron one. It could be a modernist reproduction. And go to the reclamation yards, see them being ripped out of people's houses, so they're up on Gumtree or Facebook Marketplace, eBay. They're always knocking about. Same with the Belfast sinks. And number 3, vintage sinks, toilets and baths, because coloured ones are on trend at the moment. So pink ones, blue ones, green ones, yellow ones, you name it. People are looking for them now. Funny how things come round again, isn't it? Who would have thought those avocado green bathroom suites would be back in again? I like the blue ones, to be honest. The blue ones are lovely. If you're a girly girl, you might like the pink things, but I'm not particularly into pink. She says wearing a deep pink cardigan. But pink's not me. I'm not a girly girl. But and I'm sure you could pick them up for next to nothing, because a lot of people can want them. They're not, or maybe they're not aware that they're trendy. Number 4, storage crates. You know those wood ones? I used to get little bottles of pop in or bottles of milk. Those sorts of crates, veggie crates. They're great for storage, obviously, in kids' rooms, putting school stuff in, shoes, maybe linens. They can be stored at the front door so you can throw your shoes in when you're coming in, or in the bathroom for toiletries and toilet rolls. I'm sure you can think of things. And often they have interesting graphics written on the side or logos. Just something a little bit different, isn't it? It doesn't have to be a plastic box that you've bought from Argos. Number 5, which is again quite trendy at the moment, is wicker or bamboo, or a combination of the two. Trays, baskets, storage baskets for that cottagey or boho or mid-century look. I think they're really pretty. I like baskets. I've got a few here, there and everywhere. I'm on the hunt for some for the spare bedroom. I just think they're pretty and they're handy to store stuff in. I've got one in my bathroom, for example, that's for toilet rolls. I've got one on top of my fridge that stores me cloths for cleaning. Got another one that's got me bread machine in. Yeah, there's always a use for a basket, I think. You can pick them up £1, £2, £5. It's not going to break the bank. Number 6, vintage tea sets and crockery. You don't need to go and buy a cheapy set. Talks pure snoring. A cheapy set of plates and bowls from Tesco's or a supermarket or IKEA or a crockery shop, because they're everywhere. If that's one of the things that are abundant in charity shops, thrift stores, car booties, house clearances, is people have too much pottery. So why not capitalise on that? And maybe you could look for brands. And certain iconic ones, like 1960s, 70s teapots, coffee pots, up gorgeous, they're tall, elegant, beautiful handles, graphic designs, geometric designs, very stylish and dead cheap. One of the next one, 7, a dressing table. I've got like a kidney bean shaped dressing table with a triple mirror, so with the bigger mirror in the middle and the little side ones, little winged mirrors, and sort of curved at the top. I think it's like 1930s, my dressing table. Absolutely love it. Made of walnut. It's got a glass top, so I've put some Art Deco wallpaper under the glass so it looks even more Art Deco. I just love it. Looking over at it, I just think I don't know how people do it without a dressing table. Beautiful mirror, brush your hair, and I just think it's an elegant piece of furniture to have if you've got the room, obviously, because not everybody's got a biggish bedroom, but if you've got the room, why not add a bit of feminine touch to your room. Mine was years ago £120. I just don't think these days it's probably even cheaper because they're not a thing that people are really into. I just think they're beautiful, and I love walnuts. I've got a walnut wardrobe, French Art Deco one, and I've got an English walnut chest of drawers that I've got my telly on. I just think walnut is such a beautiful wood and it's really affordable. Number 8, seating, stools, chairs, sofas, benches. You can pick up a chair for £5 in most charity shops. Car booties, there's always not the odd chair. Your chairs don't have to match. I'm going to start looking for chairs soon because my oak dining table is going to be going in the living room. But my son's ensconced in there as his bedroom at the moment. So when I get that middle bedroom sorted and he's upstairs, I'll have a living room back, but it's going to become our dining room, sort of computer room type sort of thing, sewing room in one. So I'll be looking for a set of 4 chairs, and I'm not particularly bothered at the match. And I'm hoping to get them for a song. I think stools, dressing table stools, you can find some beautiful examples. You can reupholster them, paint them, so you don't have to be so precious about them, especially if you've got kids or grandkids running around the house. You're not worried about things getting damaged. On a similar vein, bedside cabinets. I like Lloyd Loom. I like Lloyd Loom everything. They look like wicker, but they're actually made of twisted paper. The paper twisted around wire, and then it's woven together. I think they originally came from America, and they're great. Paint them, reupholster them, do all kinds to them, and then when you get fed up, you can do it again. Bedside cabinets are really affordable and are everywhere. They're abundant. Number 10, coffee tables. Stylish, functional addition to your room. I've got, in my living room, I bought an old trunk, an old pine trunk. Because it's great for storage, but a lot of coffee tables have little drawers in as well. Some of the 60s ones, 50s and 60s ones are just so well designed. I love ones with the dance set legs, so the legs are wider at the top and go down narrow at the bottom, tapered legs, and they have like a little brass round foot. Absolutely stylish and elegant, and they come in like teak or wood or black. The black ones are lovely. And then the actual tabletops themselves, they have some are tiles, some are glass, some of them got beautiful designs on. They're usually edged like in plastic, or plastic edging, black and gold plastic edging. I just think those 50s, 60s tables, and often your little side tables the same, are just wonderful. Like a little bit kitsch, but what's wrong with a bit of kitsch? Number 11, ottomans and trunks. I think everyone needs ottomans and trunks. I've got an ottoman at the end of my bed. Like I said, I've got a trunk for a coffee table. I've said to my son that's one of the first things he needs to go looking for, because it's just a great thing to just throw stuff in, out of sight, out of mind. And you can do whatever you like to them. You can paint them, upholster them, wallpaper them, put fabric on them, whatever you want to do to them. Add legs, take legs off, add feet, take feet off. Some of the old vintage ones come in gorgeous fabrics. Just steam clean them. It doesn't have to be, reupholstered. Let's have a look. What have we got next? 12, curtains. Curtains are fabulous, because not only can you pick up a lovely pair of curtains to hang up in your room, they're great for sources of fabric that you can make other things with, like cushions, or for reupholstering. When I used to reupholster years ago, curtains were my go-to, because they're slightly thicker, a bit more robust than, say, clothing fabric, and often have fantastic designs on them, beautiful designs. I mean, some of those 50s and 60s, 70s curtains, big bold, mad geometric patterns, or timber kitchen curtains that would have like little bits of fruit and flowers on. It's so lovely. Those flowery ones would be lovely for a little bedroom. The big fruity ones would be great for the kitchen. Or a vast array of cushions. There's endless uses for curtains. I think vintage curtains are fabulous. Number 13, old technology. Yeah, I've got an old cast iron sewing machine. I've got an old camera, an old embossing machine, record players, radios. It's just the telephones, even if they're not working, they just make a brilliant piece of home decor. That's a little bit different. So why make your house look like a Dunelm catalogue? Why make your house look like a sad version of IKEA, when you can pick up these interesting little bits and bobs to make yourself and your home feel good? Who wants to be like the rest of everybody else? You're not a sheep. I hope. Another thing that I think is absolutely beautiful is antique beds. Some French Art Deco beds, or earlier, even those tester beds where it's got the 4 posts, so the 2 posts are bigger at the top and then slightly smaller at the bottom, or actual 4 poster beds so that you can add a canopy to it, or the French ones, the Corbel ones where it's upholstered, walnut ones, or sleigh beds, just absolutely beautiful. Or even if you just pick up a cheapy pine bed from Gumtree or from Facebook Marketplace for 10-20 quid, you can paint it in a pretty colour to match your decor. If you've got kids, you can make it a rainbow colour, paint it pink, paint it blue, whatever you feel like doing, stripy, spotty, you name it, you can do it, because it's cost you 20 quid and it's not absolutely precious. You haven't paid a fortune for it, so you're not worried about the kids trashing it. 15, my favourite, lighting. I've got an Art Deco lampshade in my kitchen, in the spare bedroom. In my hall, I've got one. It's an Egyptian one. So it's got a fitted at the top and hangs down, and it's got all scenes from Egypt all the way around it. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful, and it's blue, my favourite colour. I think lighting, Art Deco lighting's beautiful. I like Ezan, Daegu, Degue, Dega. That's how you pronounce it. You know what I mean. But Azan's lovely. Sabino. There's just some absolutely, they call them plafonniers, so it looks like a bowl hung up in the air. Behind chains, they're plafonniers. The deeper ones people call fly catchers because there's always them flies in there. Those marbly look ones, just... Yeah, and the 50s and 60s ones, the Sputnik ones, the geometric ones, and all mad coloured glass ones from the 70s with bits of teak and bits of brass fittings, and like there's 3 arms or 5 arms, 7 arms. So glam, but so cheap as well. Some people mightn't like this, but rugs, vintage and antique rugs are worth an absolute fortune. People are often poo-hoo them, but if you get them cleaned, why not? You can pick up vintage rugs, say from the likes of Bernardo's, for £5, £10, £15, and you can clean it yourself, where it would have cost you £100, £150, £200. Or antique ones, some people... The vintage ones, they hang on the wall as like a tapestry, as a piece of art. 17, sideboard. This is what I keep saying to my son. When you get your own place, as well as trunks and ottomans, you need a sideboard, because sideboards are great. You can use them for putting your record player on, your TV on, and they've got oodles of storage. You can throw all kinds of things there. Remember, old sideboards always used to have a cutlery drawer, covered in green baize like you get on a pool table, and you'd have all the lovely cutlery inside. We had a sideboard as a kid, and it had a record player inside it. It was part of the actual sideboard, and again you had the little tapered legs on them. Fabulous. Or there's the Art Deco ones, all made of oak, and you can get ones with all lovely carvings in them, and like big chunky handles and big bulbous round feet, look almost Tudor in style, some of them. Fabulous. Just paint them and strip them, or get them down to the bare wood, wax them. Just beautiful and just so versatile. Clocks. Wall clocks, bedside clocks, mantel clocks, alarm clocks, kiddies clocks. There's rafts of clocks everywhere you look, there's clocks. I've just recently bought a clock and I'm waiting for it to come, so excited. It's a wall clock. It's for my bedroom, and even though my bedroom is Art Deco in style or themed, I've bought a 1970s wall clock. So I'm looking forward to that to come. So I was going to do a tour of my bedroom next week, so I'll show you the clock when it arrives. And then last but no means least, I've missed out linens. Doilies are back on trend again with the little lace crocheted little cloths. people that got them back. Vintage tea towels, which can be framed, as well as setting the scene in your kitchen. Sheets that could be used for crafting. Tablecloths that could be used for crafting, making into cushions and stuff. Napkins, cushion covers. The list goes on. Yeah, vintage linens are great. And last of all, cookware. Who doesn't like an old Le Creuset pan? Or what's on trend now, copper pans and copper jelly moulds. And my favourites of all, Pyrex dishes. So can you think of any other items that could be added to the list? Let me know in the comments below. And I'll shut up properly now. Please like, share and subscribe. And if you could be so kind, could you leave me a comment? Let me know what other things you think should be added to the list. Bye for now.